A woman is left heartbroken after her father is gunned down in a parking lot. Nearly a week later, she says Atlanta detectives still need your help to find his killer.
She spoke with Fox 5's Brian Hill about her plea for answers and an arrest.
Diamond Glover says someone murdered her father last Thursday inside this Southwest Atlanta apartment complex. Police tell us the 43-year-old was shot several times.
My dad was not a statistic. He was my dad. He was mine.
Diamond Glover is the oldest of Jerry Glover's 2 children.
My dad was just a great man. He was always present. He always showed up, showed out. He was active in our lives.
But today, Diamond and her younger brother are only left with memories of those times the 43-year-old was present in their lives.
My dad is such a loved soul by so many people. It's very unfortunate that he was taken from us the way that he was.
Several thoughts here. These kids are a reflection of the father, and they reflect on the father very well. They don't seem like hood boogers. And even you can be a hood booger and still not have that, just trashy type vibe, all over you. Seems like a very nice young lady. Son seems like a, polite young man. He's present in their lives. And they say it almost as if, just listen to the way she says it. She knows that it's a rarity. She doesn't say it like it's just, like, the father being present in the life is not something that that's taken for granted. That's his hallmark. Usually liberals, regardless of the race, they talk about how funny somebody was or how they made them laugh. When they're talking about a person that just got murdered. But this woman's talking about this guy was present in her life and in her brother's life. And she's saying that because she's speaking to his character. She's talking about one of his attributes. That's something about him. That's something about the men in this community that they don't. And listen, I know a bunch of brothers with a bunch of kids, and these brothers having a whole bunch of kids, and they in and out of jail, and they moving in the street, and the baby mothers got, moved on, got crazy boyfriends now. It's just a whole bunch of mess be going on. So it's a lot of reasons. But you can tell, it hit one if you hear it, that that's something that she feels is a rare trait.
My dad was not a statistic. He was my dad. He was mine.
Diamond Glover is the oldest of Jerry Glover's 2 children.
My dad was just a great man. He was always present. He always showed up, showed out. He was active in our lives.
But today, Diamond and her younger brother are only left with memories of those times the 43-year-old was present in their lives.
My dad is such a loved soul by so many people. It's very unfortunate that he was taken from us the way that he was.
Taken by gun violence.
Utter shock initially, disbelief. I was in a state of just, this can't be happening. It felt like a bad dream.
Investigators say it was right after 11 p.m. last Thursday when someone called them here to the Royal Oaks Apartments in Southwest Atlanta. It was in this parking lot where officers found Glover shot to death near his car.
I know that I'm going to get justice for my dad. I know that I have to be his voice for him in this state. I have to be strong for my dad.
Diamond says her father lived at the complex here on Camp Creek Parkway near Stone Road. Do you know if he had any other issues there, or was this kind of just out of the blue?
No, it was so out of the blue. My dad was loved by so many people. He was a very quiet man, very to himself.
Well, sister, your dad could have been quiet and to himself, and he could have just been a victim of some random son violence, as they like to call it, gun violence. That stuff can jump out at you, man. He doesn't have to be doing anything. As you can tell, he lives in a very sunny area. I mean, looks like a place where, a lot of teens with nothing to do in need of services and programs. So he was found shot outside of his car. Could have been an attempted carjacking, attempted robbery went wrong. Anything could have happened. Could have been a minor argument that he had with another Sunman right there on the spot over something frivolous. It doesn't have to, you don't have to have beef. You don't have to have issues. The issue could happen with like 10 seconds before you get shot.
I know that I'm going to get justice for my dad. I know that I have to be his voice for him in this state. I have to be strong for my dad.
Diamond says her father lived at the complex here on Camp Creek Parkway near Stone Road. Do you know if he had any other issues there, or was this kind of just out of the blue?
No, it was so out of the blue. My dad was loved by so many people. He was a very quiet man, very to himself.
Quiet and hardworking. Diamond says her father had just started his own mobile detail and car wash business with her 12-year-old brother.
He was so proud of it. He was so proud of it.
Diamond says she's not sure why someone would kill her father. Right now, there is no suspect information available. If you know anything about Glover's death or any of the violent crimes in the city, take action and call Crime Stoppers. In Southwest Atlanta, Brian Hill, Fox 5 News.
It's just horrible out here. These people are dying left and right.
Dad, sister, be careful saying that, man. There's a lot of people that's going to criticize you for saying that. Trust me, I know.
It's just horrible out here. These people are dying left and right.
Another tragedy in Milwaukee. A man who was just trying to help his friends ends up getting killed. And that is our big story at 5. Killed while doing a good deed. A Milwaukee man who was helping his friend with a disabled car is dead after he was struck by a vehicle Sunday night.
Police say the driver who hit the victim had a gunshot wound prior to the crash happening.
You helping your friend change his tire with his disabled vehicle, and some other dude gets shot while he panicking trying to get to the hospital, or dying while he's driving. He runs into you and kills you. A dangerous place, Jack.
Milwaukee man who was helping his friend with a disabled car is dead after he was struck by a vehicle Sunday night.
Police say the driver who hit the victim had a gunshot wound prior to the crash happening. Our Aaron Mabin live tonight near 60th and Hampton with details on the horrific chain of events. Aaron?
Well, Jamal Jones was helping a friend in this area yesterday when out of nowhere he was struck and killed by a car. Right here on the road, there's still orange markings from investigators piecing the crash site together. Right now, his family is devastated and forever changed.
It's just horrible out here.
It's the aftermath
These people are dying left and right, and they need to slow down.
of a devastating, deadly crash that happened near 60th in Hampton.
It was a person that was doing a good deed, and he lost his life in the midst of it. And it's sad.
Jamal Jones was helping a friend with a disabled vehicle when he was struck and killed by a driver after 8 o'clock Sunday night.
He leaves behind 2 children, 11-year-old and 9 months.
A report from the medical examiner's office says before Jones was struck, he was standing between the disabled vehicle and the median in the street. Police say a 27-year-old driver lost control and hit Jones. That driver was found to be suffering from a gunshot wound, but police say it appears he was shot before the crash happened.
Keep God in your life. And try to protect your babies as much as you can. These crazy drivers out here is ridiculous.
Now, this woman talking about crazy drivers, even though her son was struck by a guy who was suffering from a gunshot wound. She's saying that because since 2020, in the stand, people are getting mowed down. The driving, the hit and runs are ridiculous, man. I could do a whole channel on hit and runs. It's not safe. It's like almost like some people forgot how to drive. In the stand, and listen, it's all over. I'm sure every other group, but as you know, we the canary in the coal mine, man. We get it bad, Jack. We get the worst, man. R.I.P. to this brother, man. But the reason she's talking about like crazy drivers is because it is bad in Blackistan right now. It's bad, Jack, on them roads, man.
Gas station surveillance shows a crowd walking toward the crash seconds after it happened. Jones' mother, Linda Jackson, now planning a funeral for her 35-year-old son.
That makes it more worse. Like, you're doing a good deed and look what happened. Oh, man.
People passing the scene Monday afternoon were saddened by the tragedy.
They're driving crazy out here. You just have to be careful and stay prayed up.
Right now, it's not clear where the driver who hit Jones was headed, where he was shot, or why he lost control. Right now, police say he's in critical condition, and investigators are digging deeper into this situation. Reporting live near 60th and Hampton, Aaron Maben, Fox 6 News.
All right.